Good afternoon, scholars, and welcome back to the Restricted Collection, a podcast about tabletop games. I'm your host, the head librarian, Chad, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Night of Vespers as Sebastian Benitez, who's just been a bundle of doom, and I kind of love it. I had 7 XP, and I needed a weapon. And I really thought about adding just the Dread Curse of Azathoth, because it's a Doom card and I can do shenanigans with it. But I decided, let's be a little safer and just add, remove the 2 copies of Consultation, which were nice, but just hadn't been coming up, and I'm like, okay, hitting numbers hasn't been my issue. My issue has been action compression, so let's worry about that more. And so I decided to get 2 level 3 fire extinguishers. Fire extinguisher is just a solid damage option. It gets me to 5 to hit. It deals +1 damage. I can easily do Doom shenanigans to manipulate that around. It's a grand old time. Okay. I begin play with Gigi, who I'm never sad to have in play, which brings me to 4s in everything but my intellect. So it would be nice if I could find an early game way to get clues. Because as long as I just have a way to get clues, everything else is pretty okay. So, the haunting at the Three Conies. You've heard local gossip about the Three Conies for as long as you can remember. Strange occurrences have been reported in its halls ever since it was built atop the ashes of Elizabeth Salmon's raised inn sometime after she was hanged for witchcraft back in the 1840s. You can't help but wonder how the story that's unfolding now will compare. Forced when this agenda would advance, move all doom on it to the next agenda. Joy. Behind closed doors, version 2, Gigi's horrified scream follows the sound of the landlady's gunshot. Yes, I've been skipping over, at least reading for you guys, the bulk of the flavor text. The landlady shot herself in the head and has now become a giantly annoying possessed ghost thing. Great. The smoking pistol slips from Miss Lila's fingers as her lifeless body hovers in midair, pulsing with a violent force that makes your eyes sting. What the hell is going on? The sounds of gunfire and terrified screaming continue in the apartments above you. Something terrible is happening inside the Three Conies. Jinxed, test agility 3. If you fail, move Miss Lila Starret to the copy of tenant corridors closest to you. Objective, make sense of what's happening at the Three Conies apartments. At the end of the round, investigators may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance, which is 3. Miss Lila Starret, former landlady, to evade, to fight. Aloof, she cannot attack, cannot move, and cannot be moved from her location except by effects and scenario cards. She cannot be defeated. Forced if she is ready. As additional costs to leave her location, you must spend 1 additional action and take a horror. Reaction, after you succeed a fight or evade against her, exhaust her. She does not ready during the following upkeep phase. I begin play at the Three Conies apartment's lobby. 2 shrouds, 0 clues. Cards play at this location cost 1 additional resource. The building is named for the peculiar marble carving perched above its entryway, 3 rabbits spinning in a wheel, so cleverly arranged that it appears that each shares the same 3 ears. It's charming, you suppose, but you can't help but wonder what it means. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Offering bowl, dowsing rod, ceremonial sickle, will of the cosmos, deny existence. I will ditch the will of the cosmos and the deny existence for now. For a glass peacock and another deny existence. You know what? I don't mind this start. I've got a fight option. I've got a clue option. I've got a money option. I just need to not be here. So let's go ahead and finish shuffling. And first action, let's engage dear Miss Lila Starret. Then we are going to fight Miss Lila Starret. 2 up. Elder Sign. I don't have a doom on anything, but thanks. You are exhausted, and she does not ready during the next upkeep phase. Let me grab a marker for that. Sure. Then we are going to, so that was engage, punch, and then we're going to move to the tenant corridors to the north. The halls of the rundown apartment building are a tangled web of worn-out carpets, peeling wallpaper, and flickering lights that cast eerie shadows across uneven floors. 3 shroud, 1 per investigator clues. Free trigger during your turn. You can choose and discard a card from your hand to move to another copy of Tenant Corridors. Great. I have 1 real action left. Let's get a Ceremonial Sickle down, just so I have a fight option. Well, no, let's get the Offering Bowl down. Puts me at 4 resources. No, we should get the Sickle down. We should get the Sickle down. Sickle is the right option. That way, if I get an enemy I have that engages with me, I have an option for it. Resource and a card. So I'm at 3 resources, and I drew Kane Aiden Esquire. Yeah, maybe. 1 of 5 Doom, and I draw Beckoning. Test Will 5. This gets -1 difficulty for each tenant story asset in play. Currently none. We're going to reduce the difficulty of this test by 2 using GG. If I fail, I must decide, choose 1, take a horror, and this card gains Surge, resolve the current jinx, or deal damage to each tenant asset, to a tenant asset of my choice. I'm 1 up. I forgot to read what the symbols do. I drew a tablet. So skulls, reveal another token. If you succeed, exhaust Miss Lila. Cultist, -1. If you fail, your location gains the jinx keyword till the end of the round. Tablets, -2. If this test fails, move Miss Lila star 1 location closer to you. I do not want that. She's still exhausted, though. And then Elder Things. I don't think I have any Elder Things. -X. X is the shroud of your current location. I'm just going to redo the test. I'll add a Doom to the Ceremonial Sickle to be 6-3 now. Cultist -1. Great. I'd rather her not move if I don't have to have her move. All right, so Offering Bowl cost me 1. I'll take a damage to gain 2 resources and immediately spend all of those resources to get a Dowsing Rod. Great. My hands are full. I really wish I had more hand slot access, and I even looked at Occult Reliquary, but it only works on Blessed and Cursed stuff, and I don't have a lot of Blessed and Cursed stuff. So I spent two actions there, and I do have a Doom on a thing. I do have a Doom on the Ceremonial Sickle. I don't love that, but it is just what it is. We are going to Hermes on into the north. Nope. We're going to investigate this location at 1 up. Elder Sign. Great. Take it off the Ceremonial Sickle. Get a clue. That actually frees me up a little bit on Doom, but I only have a Hermes action left, so let's go to one of the north apartments. Force when you... Oh, but if I enter there and there's a 50% chance it's an enemy, and I don't want to deal with that right now, so I won't deal with that right now. I will forfeit the Hermes action. I miss the Blood of Thoth very much at this moment. Resource and a card, and I found a Ouija board. Sure. It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. 2 of 5 Doom official, 0 from me. Haunting. Test Will 4. If you fail, resolve the effects of the jinx on the current act or agenda. Test Agility 3. If you fail, move her to the tenant. Okay, so we're going to reduce the difficulty of this by 2. So I'm 2 up. -2. Great. Goodbye. Let's dowsing rod in. Do I want to dowsing rod in? It saves me actions. Let's dowsing rod in. I'm not worried about getting there. So North Apartments to the right. It's a tidy apartment, a place for everything. 2 shroud, 2 per investigator, clues. Parlay actions automatically succeed while at the tidy apartment. As additional cost to investigate tidy apartment, you must spend an additional action. And I found Anne Neal. So I initiated the investigate. I think I do have to spend an extra action. I think I do. Well, no, additional costs are when you initiate. I initiated it before the cost existed, so I don't think I actually need to spend it. Methinks. Anne Neal, a sullen songbird. Parlay, test will plus agility 5. If you succeed, choose an investigator at your location. Put one of their clues on Anne Neal. But I need 3 clues before I can even, do a thing. So, investigate. Away. Elder Sign. Sure, take it off the dowsing rod. That gets me a clue. And then I will spend my 2 remaining real actions. For a 0, got all the clues. I have 3 clues. At the end of the round, I can spend the requisite clues to advance. We're going to trigger Offering Bowl while we're at it. I'll take a damage onto myself to get 2 resources. But now Offering Bowl's real easy for me to get rid of whenever I want it. Resource and a card. Rebound. As I said, real easy to get rid of whenever I want it. 3 Official Doom, which means ideally I don't add Doom this round, but I forgot to advance. So we will be going to 3 Doom once I get through this. The atmosphere of chaos enveloping the 3 conies seems to freeze as you meet the gaze of Anna Giuliano, the elegant grand dame from the notorious Night at the Hotel Seasons. She acknowledges Gigi with a fleeting look of disinterest before turning her full attention to you. We finally meet face to face. I trust your recovery has been satisfactory. She purrs dangerously as she sizes you up. Unfortunately, your timing couldn't be more inconvenient. I'm here to collect on a debt owed by my sister, and there are matters to settle before I can take what's mine. Clearing the building of vermin, for instance. A distant gunshot from elsewhere in the apartments punctuates her ominous statement, and Madame Giuliano takes advantage of the brief distraction to slip away from behind the dilapidated door to the 3rd floor. Find me upstairs when you grow tired of playing games, darling. I'll be waiting for you. Reveal the set-aside 3rd floor. 3rd floor, Layer of the Hag. 4 shroud, 2 per investigator. Clues. Jinxed. Has a special investigate, but we're ignoring that for now. Gather the set-aside Vivant Regina encounter set. Sure thing. Oh, was I supposed to clear out all these people beforehand, or did I mess up? I might have messed up the timing on, we'll figure it out. Binding Charm. So reveal each unrevealed location in play along with any cards attached to them. Look at all these hunters. Okay, let me put a whole bunch of clues out. So in the north, we've got the tidy apartment, as I already said, and the dreary apartment, 3 shroud, 1 per investigator clues, where the enemy Finlay O'Doyle is currently residing. Mabel Stein is at the filthy apartment in the west, 3 shroud, 2 per investigator clues, and Adrian Lockhart is in the peaceful apartment in the west, 3 shroud, 1 per investigator clues. Rufus Johnson is in the musty apartment in the east, 2 shroud, 2 per investigator clues, and Frankie, he's an enemy, and then Frankie Mulligan, also an enemy, is at the derelict apartment, 4 shroud, 1 per investigator. Clues. And then all of the corridor locations that weren't already revealed are now revealed. Great. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. As I continue, I might be running out of dice for clues. So we're just going to use a different color. I know what they are. Don't worry about it. When you take a look at it, you'll clearly see. Shuffle each copy of Queen Magistrate. Yep. Attach 1 binding charm to each tenant assets. Great. So 1, 2, 3. And these get shuffled into the encounter deck, along with the encounter discard pile. There's only 2 cards in the discard pile, but still. Put Anna Giuliano's maximum barrier value to 2, 3 if there are 3 or more investigators. 2. Great. Put this card next to the agenda deck as a reminder. Advance to 2C Deadly Inheritance. Madame Giuliano's cryptic goal has become clear. She is orchestrating a dramatic purge of the 3 conies with both her hired men and strange unearthly forces at her beck and call. She is ready to receive you upstairs if you are prepared for her. Investigators cannot act with binding charm treacheries in any way unless the tenant story asset they are attached to has at least 1 per investigator clues on them. If Anna Giuliano is defeated, advance. Great. But I could have farmed more clues before advancing. Okay. Great, that was at the end of the round. So we added the third of 3 official doom. Done, great. And then I will draw a treachery card, which is Unstable Curiosity. Test Will 3. We're going to make that a Will 1 test. Wait a minute. If you fail, you must immediately move to the nearest copy of Tenant Corridors. I mean, that helps me. So I'll be 1 up. Tablet -1. Well, I didn't fail. Shucks. Okay. Finlay O'Doyle, 3 health, 4 fight, 4 evade, Jinxed Hunter. It'd be real great if I could kill you. So let's kill you. Hermes into the corridors. And then we'll move to the jury apartment. 3 shroud, 1 per investigator. Clues, Jinxed. Actions that test will or agility get +2 difficulty when inside the jury apartment. So I'm only 1 up on fighting him at the present moment. So I'm going to add a doom to the ceremonial sickle to be 2 up on fighting him and deal +1 damage. And then we're going to commit the Ouija board to this to be 3 up. Using strength, to be clear. 3 up. -2. That's 2 damage to Mr. Finlay O'Doyle. Then we are going to exhaust Offering Bowl, put a damage on Gigi. Thank you, Gigi, to gain 2 resources, putting me at 6 resources. And I'm going to fast play Rebound to get +3 skill value to the next test I perform this round. So I'm now 4 up. Using Ceremonial Sickle with the intention of clearing it. -1. You're dead. You're in the victory. And I clear off Ceremonial Sickle. That feels nice. So I moved, I stabbed. That is unfortunately my whole turn. Great. So Frankie Mulligan and Rufus Johnson will both move to this tenant corridors in the east. It's very, there's a lot on this map. And then resource and a card for Cult Records. for whenever I have a bunch of horror on me. 4 Doom, which honestly means it's the witching hour, and I love it when it's the witching hour for this type of deck. Haunting. Test will 4 if you fail. I'd rather not, so we're going to exhaust it. And let's be honest, I'm not playing the Glass Peacock anytime soon. So I'm 4 up. There's no Jinxed currently. Excuse me, why is there no Jinxed? Oh, there should be a Jinxed. I forgot to advance to 2A, collecting the debt. Chaos reignites in the aftermath of Madame Giuliana's departure, but the remaining tenants are gripped by a strange haunting stillness. There is no way to break whatever... Is there no way to break whatever terrible spell she has cast upon them? Jinx, test agility 3. Great. My bad for missing that. 16 Doom to advance. So yeah, I'll be 4 up. -2 from a tablet. Great. Do I go nuts and try to kill Rufus? Maybe. Maybe now I try to murder people. Because I can kind of go ham during this. So I could move using Hermes in a regular action. That would get me to them. And then I'm going to stab. So Rufus is 2 health, 5 fight, 5 evade. Frankie is 4 health, 2 fight, 2 evade. Let's stab Rufus. Oh wait, no, I'm silly. I should have, for that second move into the tenant corridors, I should use the dowsing rod. Add a doom to it so that I can potentially get this clue. I'm only 1 up on it though. -4. Great. Sure, let's add a doom to... Ooh. Yeah, let's add a doom to GG. To attempt that again and be 3 up. -1. Great. The ooh there was, I don't have a lot of things to put doom on right now, so I need to be careful about what I can put doom on. I will eat a doom off of Dowsing Rod with Sin Eater as I, with my remaining 2 regular actions. I'm going to attack Rufus. I'm up 1 on attacking Rufus. I added a doom for this effect. -1. Great, Rufus is dead. That's a victory. And then we're going to attack Frankie Mulligan. I'll add another... Nope. Ceremonial Sickle is exhausted now. Oh, right. I was going to save Ceremonial Sickle to eat off of Sin Eater. That makes complete sense. Which would ready Ceremonial Sickle, and then I would add a Doom to it. Yep. Because it readies it. This is how you do Doom stuff. -4 actually is still a hit, so that's 2 damage to Frankie. Oh my goodness, I have 4 Doom on my map. Whatever will I do? I will take a damage in a horror. I'll take the damage onto myself and the horror onto GG from Frankie attacking me. Resource and a card gets me another Dowsing Rod. Not exactly what I want. And then all of my Doom, all 4 of my Doom is going to clear when we hit... Oh, no, it is not going to clear because I advanced. I went all ham and forgot that I may not have wanted to go all ham because there is now 4 Doom amongst cards in my control. Great. We're at 5 of 16. 9 of 16, 5 official. Play the Fool. Play when I initiate a fight, evade, or test printed on a scenario card. I drew from my deck and not the encounter deck. Sorry. Hateful Apparition spawns at a connecting location. You're going to spawn at the derelict apartment, cramped quarters. I don't want to deal with you, but while its location is at a location with a shroud of 5 or higher, it gains aloof. And force the Shroud of Hateful Apparitions location and all connecting locations is increased by 2. Great. So I'm 3 up to attack. Okay, we're going to add a Doom to the Ceremonial Sickle when I attack Frankie Mulligan, just so I can finish him off. -3, he's dead. That clears nothing off of Ceremonial Sickle. Noted. I should have done that differently, but noted. It's fine. But he's dead. So, like, that's one less thing I have to worry about right now. Sin Eater is going to eat 1 off of Dowsing Rod. As I will move... What is the test on Binding Charms? If a card... action test any skill 5. If you succeed at Binding Charm to the victory display, you must spend any combination of 2 per investigator. You may spend any combination of 2 per investigator clues or resources to automatically succeed. Great, I've got a bunch of money. So I punched you. I moved. I'm going to move again. And I'm going to automatically succeed the parlay test against Annie. Spend the 1 clue I have to put it on her. Great. And then I already ate a Doom off of a thing using Sin Eater. I'm going to be paying for my rush of last round for a hot minute, but I don't want to... It's fine. I've got the time. You hunt. Resource and a card. So I'm at 9 resources and another Ceremonial Sickle. I kind of want some other things, game. 6 Doom plus 5 amongst my cards puts me at 11 official Doom. And I found an Unclean Spirit. Attach Unclean Spirit to a non-permanent, non-weakness asset I control. Limit 1 per asset. If you cannot, Unclean Spirit gains Surge. At the beginning of your turn, discard the top 2 cards of my deck. If I cannot discard the attached assets, when the asset attached to Unclean Spirit leaves play, test will 3. If you fail, attach Unclean Spirit to a different non-permanent. Okay, so I'm going to attach it to my Ceremonial Sickle. And forced, at the beginning of my turn, discard the top 2 cards of my deck, which is a Cat Mask. That would be nice. And a Malediction. Also would have been nice. Things that are not copies of things I already have would be nice. I'm going to spend 3, 1, 2, 3, to play a Ceremonial Sickle over my Ceremonial Sickle, which will then trigger the Will Test, which I will exhaust GG to make easier. Elder Sign. I'll remove 1 from GG. Thanks. You're gone. And then you will hopefully not cycle through the cards I actually would like. Because that would be nice. And then I will test any skill 5. I'm 1 down no matter how I slice this. -4, I will spend $2. 1, 2 to automatically succeed. And add it to the victory display. Great. Because for each card, each barrier in play, she gets to recharge her barriers, and if I get rid of all of them, then it doesn't matter. So I spent 2 real actions. So I will move, and then I will Dowsing Rod into... I don't really want a Dowsing Rod into the Dreary Apartment. That sounds like a bad idea. So we're going to Dowsing Rod into the Tenant Corridors. Adding a Doom. And I'm at 4 to 3. -1. Great. That's a clue. Because I only need 2 more clues. So that's great. Everything's great. Everything's fine. You hunt. You hateful apparition, you. You hunt. Resource and a card. Watch this. Okay, money's still good. And sure, I'll have Sin... I don't need Sin Eater to eat Dowsing Rod. So we'll go to 7 Doom. Plus 3 from my stuff is 10. Look, it's better than last time. And we draw another Haunting. We'll reduce the difficulty of this test by 2. So I'm 2 up. We're going to commit Watch This and wager 3 resources. And we're going to commit Occult Records, because I'm probably not playing you anytime soon, to be 4 up. 0. Great, I have 8 resources now, and that's gone. Let's see. Mabel Stein wants me to test intellect and strength. Adrian Lockhart wants me to test strength and agility. You're better for me. So let's go ahead and move and evade actions cost an additional action inside of Filthy Apartments. As a double action, I can heal a damage and a horror while at the Peaceful Apartment. That's nice. Sure, let's go ahead and Dowsing Rod into the Filthy Apartment. I'm 1 up on this, -1. Great. That did add a Doom to Dowsing Rod and exhaust it, and then I will... that was a first action. Then I will investigate again. Well, I don't need to. I've got all the clues I need. Yeah, I've got all the clues I need. So I will attempt the strength and intellect test. I will commit my second Dowsing Rod to this. And Kane to be 2 up. That feels terrible. I'm just going to be even and then take a Doom if I need to. -3. Oh no, I'm going to put a Doom on Gigi. And take the test again. And I'll commit the 2 cards I said, so I'm 4 up. -3. Spend a clue. Put the clue on her. And now I can interact with the thing. So I Hermes'd in and investigated, which I succeeded. I parlayed, which I ultimately succeeded at. So I will parlay. No matter what I pick, I'm 1 down. -4. I will spend 2 resources. 1, 2. 2, put it in the victory display, and then I will Hermes on back to the tenant corridors. And I'll eat a Doom off of Dowsing Rod. So the only card I have in hand right now is a Deny Existence. Resource and a card as Hateful Apparition comes to my location, but it's aloof. It just makes the Shroud worse, but I don't really care about the Shroud. We go to 8 Official Doom plus 5, puts me at 13 of 16. And I drew a Fire Extinguisher, which, let's be honest, is basically just a better Ceremonial Sickle. I might just play you. I did it again. I drew from my deck and not the encounter deck. So I didn't draw that Fire Extinguisher, which is sad. I wanted that Fire Extinguisher. I need to stop drawing from my deck. Queenly Majesty. Attach it to Anna Giuliano. You cannot use fast cards against Anna Giuliano. After you perform a fight action against Giuliano, she gets +2 fight until the end of the round. That's a forced effect, and then discard this. Great. She does a damage in horror. That's not, the worst. It's not the best. It's just what it is. Cool. We're going to move over to Adrian Lockhart's location and test 8 to 5. -2. I succeeded, and I will put my last clue on Adrian. Then, so I moved in, I parlayed, and now we're going to test 1 down. -2. I will spend 2 resources, putting me at 5 to put the Binding Charm in the victory display. Perfect. And then I will draw a card. Hey, it's David Renfield. You know what? I don't hate that. Sin Eater's gonna eat 1 off of GG, which puts 4. Oh, I could have cleared off Sin Eater. That actually might have been smarter, but whatever. I drew a card. Resource and a card puts me at 6 resources, and I drew the Will of the Cosmos. That's Fine. 9 official doom plus 5 on my stuff is 14 of 16, and I drew another Queenly Majesty. Great. You would have hunted into here, but I forgot to do that. That's fine. Everything's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and go 1-2 to the tenant corridors using a standard action and a Hermes action. I'm going to play Will of the Cosmos to place a Doom on Sin Eater, putting it at 5. To discover a clue at my location and at a connecting location, so tenant corridors, but more importantly, at Anna Juliana's location, the 3rd floor. 2 clues. Great. Then I'm going to use Sin Eater, so that was my 3rd action. I'm going to use Sin Eater to eat the Doom off of Dowsing Rod, and then I'm going to just clear Sin Eater, so I just don't have to worry about all that Doom I've been picking up for so long. That feels nice. You hunt back to the tenant corridors, and I could have gotten there fast. So yeah, let's say I got there fast. I'll just play David Renfield for 2, 1, 2. I won't put Doom on him. I don't need the money right now, but it's just nice to have some soak. It's nice to be able to get will boosts. It's nice. Okay. Resource and a card. It's another David Renfield. Okay. We go to 10 Doom. I am 95% certain I didn't just do my upkeep twice. I apologize if I did, but I'm like 95% certain I did not. Great. 10 official Doom. That's it. Malevolent Presence. Test Will 2. For each point you fail by, take a damage. We're going to reduce the difficulty of this test by 2. So it's Test Will 0. -2. Nothing bad happens. Okay. So here's the deal. We're going to start tussling with Madame Giuliano, because that's what we're going to do. It's what we do. So I'm going to exhaust David Renfield to gain $1 and put a Doom on him. This gives me +1 will. This is important. Now that he has +1 will, I'm going to initiate Dowsing Rod to move into the 3rd floor. Is that how I want to do it? I think that's how I want to do it. Move into the 3rd floor with Dowsing Rod, which adds a Doom to it, and I will investigate. I am at 1 up, as is. -1. Great. I got the clue, which means I got the VP, which is really what I cared about. Then we are going to attack Madame Giuliano using the Ceremonial Sickle, which will add a Doom to it. And I will be at 6 to 4. Cultist -1 if you fail. I did not fail, so I hit and do 2 damage. So when we take any amount of damage, cancel that damage and remove a barrier token from her instead. So, oh, it's not based off of. Oh, I wouldn't have added a Doom then. Sorry, I thought it was for each damage I take, but no, it's for if she has. Okay, so I canceled. I'm not adding the Doom then, because that's not. I thought the damage did me something. I can redo the test at 1 up, but I would have passed anyway. So like I'm fine counting it. If it would have changed my success, it's fine. So after I perform a fight action against her, so I've completed performing a fight action, so she gets a whole bunch of +5, but both of her Queenly Majesties are gone, which is great, because I'm now going to attempt to evade her. I'm 2 up to evade her. Or, no, I'll just attack her again. 1 up to hit. +1. Great. All of her barrier tokens are gone. She's not getting any more. And I will have Sin Eater eat a Doom off of Dowsing Rod, because I can. I take a damage and horror. Ouch. Putting me at 4 of 9 and 1 of 5. And then I get a resource and a card, which got me a Play the Fool, in addition to a Deny Existence. We are at 11 official doom, plus 2 is 13 of 16. And I draw Beckoning, test will 5. This gets -1 difficulty for each tenant story asset in play, so it's 3 difficulty. GG's going to make that 0. So 5 to 0. Cultist -1. Great. I forgot to say that GG has 3 per investigator health. So stabbity stab, ceremonial sickle. I'll add a doom for this. To be at 6 to 4. Tablet -2. Great, I hit. And you take 2 damage. I will eat the doom with Sin Eater, put another doom on it with Ceremonial Sickle when I re-exhaust it to attack at 2 up. Cultist -1. She's dead. Mwahahaha. Who saw her die? In spite of all the nightmarish horrors you've witnessed this evening, Anna Giuliano's command of the Eldritch Arch still manages to catch you by surprise. She swiftly counters your attacks with an imperceptible barrier, and her own barrage of withering spells inflict searing pain on you and your companions. Yet through sheer tenacity or a stroke of luck, you manage to gradually wear down her defenses in an intense and grueling battle. With her back to the wall, Madame Giuliano starts to laugh, a soft, self-satisfied chuckle that swells, growing louder and louder until it transforms into the howling cackle of a madwoman. R3. R3. Madame Giuliano's laughter echoes through throughout the rotten lair. So record that we have dealt with Madame Giuliano. Add an Elder Thing to the Chaos Bag for the remainder of the campaign. If all 3 binding charms are in the victory display, we earn 2 additional XP. Skip to R5. Go to the interlude of the Rose of Tuscany and get Victory X, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10 total. And I had 1 that I didn't spend, so I have 11 XP to spend. And then the interlude of the Rose. Sorry, interlude to the Rose of Tuscany. If an investigator in the campaign is playing Agatha Crane, Dexter Drake, Edith Foster, Gloria Goldberg, Kohaku no Norokami, Mandy Thompson, Daisy Walker, or Harvey Walters. Nope, I don't have any of those. So we move to the next scenario, the Teachings of Aradia. So I have 11 XP, which honestly might be going into Dread Curse of Azathoth just for the fun of it. It would alleviate my hand slot issues here if I could have a fight spell. So that might be nice, but I'll consider my options. If anybody wants to get in contact with me about anything, feel free to reach out to me at therestrictedcollection@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can find me around Reddit and Discord as Head Librarian Chad. Thanks for listening.